Good afternoon, YouTube. It's your man, Joe Page, coming to you live on YouTube. This is breaking news, breaking news. If you have not heard this is the first time you hear it from me, George Page, that the Washington Redskins football franchise has announced Monday that it will be dropping the Redskins symbol. Now, it's a symbol that's the Native American Indian on the side of the helmets and often used as for the merchandising and everything else. But the logo is being dropped for decades of criticism that has been offensive to Native American Indians. Now, a new name is still being selected for one of the oldest teams around. The team's around for at least 87 years, and the owner, Dan Snyder, he's been fighting against the change of name the last few years. And there's a lot of controversy because it's just now America has become more awoke and realizing stuff like that is very very, like I said, racist. As you know, is only two teams around that has used the name Indians. That's the Washington Redskins, and you have the Cleveland Indians. And that's the baseball team. Now the move came less than 2 weeks after owner Dan Snyder, who's been a fan of the team for so many years, and he bought the team a long time ago. He said he would never get rid of the name and launched a thorough review and amid pressure from sponsors such as FedEx, Nike, Pepsi, and Bank of America, especially Nike. As you know, Nike has been back in Colin Kaepernick, with his protest. And what it is about money and about seeing that how things are changing. A lot of these old owners are dying. There's only a handful that are who still owns a team, and that's over. Just maybe as old as the league itself. I mean, you got Jerry Jones and a couple other guys, but most of the guys who own it now are much younger and they're more open-minded, and they want to get in front of history. They want to get in front, especially with things going on with protesting and the riots and all this stuff. But they really want to get a front of the whole the more woke situation. Now, some people not gonna like it are the hardcore fans and racists who feel like, well, it's only Redskins, yeah. But those are people whose mindsets are just, you can't change their mind. Prejudice and racist people, no matter how much you educate them, you can never change them. But it was given its name back in 1933 when the team was still based in Boston. Now the team said it's retiring the name and the logo, and that Snyder and the coach Ron Rivera, you remember Ron used to coach for the Carolina Panthers, are working closely to develop a new name and design. The Native American advocates, experts have long criticized the name and called a dictionary-defined racial slur. Over a dozen Native American leaders, organizations have wrote to the NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, and last week demanding an immediate end of Washington's use of the name. Goodell, who has fielded questions on the topic for years, said he supported the review. Now, here's the thing: after what they did to Colin Kaepernick, they pre-blocked him out of the NFL. Now they want to get in front of this whole racial stuff because the history of NFL. Like for a long time, black football players couldn't play in the NFL, but then they saw that the players are faster, stronger, better. The show was more. It was more entertaining for them, and then they but still, the sad part of it is you got some white players who get paid more than some black players, and they don't do as good as some of the black players. But the protest against the new predated Snyder buying the team back in '99. Until now, he has shown no willingness to consider a change. Strong words from sponsors, including a company run by a majority stockholder of the team, has changed the equation. So that means a brother with money told him, hey, you don't change, I'm not putting your money in. So these guys need these sponsors. Like FedEx earlier this month, who became the first sponsor to announce it and asked the organization to change and name particularly important because CEO Frederick Smith owns part of the team. FedEx also paid $205 million for long-term naming rights to the team's stadium in Landover, Maryland. Now, that's a lot of money. And this, these owners, they own the team, but they need some people's money to keep the team going. He has his money in the team. I think he has like a good 40% share in it, and then the rest of it split, between a lot of these sponsors and other investors. Now, drop the name keeps open various possibilities in Maryland, Virginia, and Washington for the team's new stadium and headquarters. This was the Columbia Mayor Muriel Browser has said the name was an obstacle to Snyder Building on the old RFK Stadium site, which is believed to be his preference. That's Robert Fitzgerald Kennedy. That's the brother of JFK. Now, Washington recently started cutting ties with racist founder George Preston Marshall, moving his name from the Ring of Fame and renaming the lower bowl of FedEx Field to the team's first black player, the late Hall of Famer Bobby Mitchell. Marshall has renamed the Boston Braves the Redskins in 1933 and moved it to D.C. for 4 years and was he just didn't believe in black players playing with in the NFL, and the last NFL player owner to integrate the team. The current logo shows the profile of a red-faced Native American with the feather in his hair. Now, as you know, this is with the height of the movement of with the racial tensions and the height of the movement, that this has been a thing for years, and most people just kind of shift away. But things are changing, especially with a new millennium. More younger people are realizing that fair is fair, and everything that's racist, we turn down Civil War statues, changing like Columbus schools and other places named after Christopher Columbus are getting changed because they realize those people were involved in racism, segregation, and just pure white supremacy. And that's why you hear people get mad saying, no, you can't change it. But the fact is, you have to change. The fact is, white people are, they feel like, oh, we're becoming a minority. You're not becoming a minority. You're still at least 60% of this country. But the fact is that more people are realizing we're human beings. We're human beings. Our creed just separates us. The color of our skin separates us, but we're still human beings. So this is going to be a big move. I mean, there's a lot of, it's like, you heard like a while ago that Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben, and are being taken off of its symbols for for so many years. Aunt Jemima, she used to just had the scarf on her head. Now they gave her a permanent curl and pearls, but now that's being taken off too, as because it's considered racist. But like I said, this has been a battle for a long time, for at least 20-some years, and I think this is it's about time for a change. What the team's name's going to be, I don't know. A lot of the old time fans are going to keep all the old memorabilia, the old Redskin symbols. There's going to be like how you have some people who are racist, but they want to be known as racist. They still hide the Confederate flag and their great granddaddy's Ku Klux Klan uniform. But that's how it's going to be. Anyway, this is going to be a big change for the NFL because the NFL has to realize that things have to change. And like I said, still some racial disparity in the sport, in most of the major league sports, especially football, basketball, and baseball. But like I said, this is just big news, and I hope there's going to be a good outcome of this. This has been George Page. Like, subscribe. Don't like, but subscribe. I'm out.